America, land of the free, home of the brave, and birthplace of some seriously coveted brands. We're talking blue jeans, sneakers, handbags, the kind of stuff that makes the rest of the world go weak at the knees. These brands aren't just selling products, they're selling a slice of the American dream. A dream woven from threads of quality, craftsmanship, and that intangible cool factor. But what happens when that dream starts to unravel? When the label that reads, Made in USA, turns out to be about as reliable as a politician's promise? Buckle up, folks, because we're diving headfirst into the murky waters of luxury brands, Chinese factories, and the viral videos exposing it all. Picture this. You're scrolling through TikTok, minding your own business, when BAM! A video pops up showing rows upon rows of familiar-looking sneakers. The catch? They're not on a Nike factory tour in Oregon. They're in a factory in China, complete with a Chinese-speaking workforce. And those Made in USA tags? Let's just say they're looking a little less credible by the second. This isn't just a one-off, folks. These videos have been popping up like mushrooms after a rainstorm. From sneakers to yoga pants to those iconic handbags that cost more than a used car, it seems the Made in America label is losing its luster faster than a cheap pair of sunglasses. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, the US-China trade war. It's been simmering for years, with both sides lobbing tariffs back and forth like grenades in a particularly tense game of dodgeball. The US slaps a tariff on Chinese imports, China retaliates with tariffs on American goods, and who ends up paying the price? Yep, you guessed it, the consumer. These tariffs have made it more expensive for American brands to manufacture in China. But instead of bringing production back home, some companies seem to have found a workaround. Keep making their products in China, but keep quiet about it. Out of sight, out of mind, right? Well, not so fast. Because the internet, as we all know, never forgets. Section 4 AI Satire. When China uses humor to expose hypocrisy. And you know who's been having a field day with all of this? Chinese content creators. Armed with nothing more than their wit and some seriously impressive AI technology, they've been churning out satirical videos that are both hilarious and cuttingly accurate. Imagine Donald Trump gleefully stitching together a pair of sneakers in a Chinese factory, or Elon Musk supervising the production line of Made in America handbags. These videos aren't just funny, they're a powerful form of social commentary. They highlight the hypocrisy of a system where brands can claim to be made in America while outsourcing their production to the other side of the world. And they show that China, far from being a passive player in this game, is more than capable of using humor to expose the flaws in America's self-proclaimed exceptionalism. Section 5, bypassing the middleman from factory floor to your front door. But here's where things get really interesting. Remember those Chinese factories that have been churning out all those Made in America goods? Well, it turns out they've been getting in on the action themselves. Thanks to platforms like TikTok and Alibaba, they're now able to bypass the middleman and sell directly to consumers. Want a pair of leggings that look suspiciously like those $120 Lululemon ones? No problem. How about a Louis Vuitton-inspired handbag for a fraction of the price? Coming right up. These factories are offering up luxury-looking goods at prices that would make even the savviest shopper do a double take. Section 6. The price of prestige. Consumers question the luxury markup. And you know what? Consumers are catching on. They're starting to question why they should shell out hundreds, even thousands of dollars for a brand name when they can get a near-identical product straight from the source for a fraction of the price. This has sent shockwaves through the luxury industry. Brands that have built their reputations on exclusivity and prestige are now facing a new challenge: how to justify their exorbitant markups in a world where consumers are becoming increasingly savvy about where their products are really coming from. Section 7. The future of luxury, a shifting landscape of trust and transparency. So, what does the future hold for luxury brands in this brave new world? One thing's for sure, the old playbook ain't gonna cut it anymore. Consumers are demanding transparency. They want to know where their products are made, who's making them, and what they're really paying for. The brands that will survive and thrive in this new landscape are the ones that are willing to adapt, the ones that embrace transparency, value ethical sourcing, and focus on building genuine connections with their customers. Because in the age of social media and viral exposés, the truth always has a way of coming out.